So for case 2, we're going to be talking about intersecting secants. Secants intersect the circle at 2 different points. Okay, so but they are not a chord in the sense that where a chord is a line segment whose endpoints are on the circle. Here we can see that we have a secant because we intersected at B and E, but it still goes all the way out here. Okay, so this a line segment is just intersecting twice. A secant has an inside part and an outside part. Okay, so that's one thing that it's not like mathematical for me to tell you that, but you can identify a secant by looking at the fact that you have an inside and an outside, where a chord is only going to have an inside and a tangent is only going to have an outside. Now, the relationship here is the outside times the whole, where the O represents the outside piece right here, and the whole is the whole length of this segment. So to get the whole, you have to add the outside plus the inside, and that's where a lot of mistakes end up happening, because sometimes I get a lot of students who will just multiply the outside times the inside, and that is not correct. So let me do a couple of examples to kind of show you what I'm talking about here. So looking here, I can see I have 2 secants because I have the outside and the inside, just like what I told you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight a couple things. I'm going to highlight here is the outside, but to get the whole, I have to add the outside plus the inside. Same thing down here, where the 15 is the outside, but to get the whole, I have to add 15 plus the inside. So to set this equation up, I would have outside times the whole is equal to outside times the whole. Well, the outside for the first line, or first secant, is 12. To get the whole, I would do 12 plus 23. Is equal to 15 is the outside on the second secant, and then to get the whole, I would do 15 plus x. Now this is an equation that we know how to solve. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I got 12 times, and then I do 12 plus 23, and I get 35. And then that's equal to, and we can go ahead and distribute here. 15 times 15 is 225. And then 15 times x is just 15x. So 12 times 35 is 420. Is equal to 225 plus 15x. We subtract 225 from both sides, and we end up with 195 is equal to 15x. And then divide by 15 on both sides, and we end up with 13 is equal to x. So again, the algebra is stuff that we're used to. That is not the new standard. The new standard is identifying the part of the circle and setting it up in the correct formula. So when I have 2 secants that are intersecting, and I want to find the length of a specific segment, then that's when I use this formula. Outside times the whole is equal to outside times the whole. Let's look at another example. Again, here I'm going to go ahead and highlight because I can see that I have a secant. So I have the outside, and then to get the whole, I have to add the outside plus the inside. Then here, the outside is 4, and then to get the whole, I have to add 4 plus 11. Again, I am not going to multiply 4 times 11. It is not outside times the inside. It is outside times the whole. So I have outside times the whole is equal to outside times the whole. The first secant, the outside is 2. To get the whole, I have to do 2 plus x, the outside plus the inside, is equal to the second secant, the outside is 4, and to get the whole, I have to do 4 plus 11, outside plus the inside. So we can go ahead and distribute here. We have 2 times 2, which is 4, plus 2 times x, which is just 2x. And then we have 4 times 15. So I'm just going to go ahead and write 4 plus 2x is equal to, and 4 times 15 is 60. We subtract 4 from both sides, and we get 2x is equal to 56. And then we divide by 2 on each side, and x is equal to 28. So we started off by identifying the outside and the inside so we could get the whole, and then we just plugged it into the correct formula. Okay, so that is it for this video. Coming up next is going to be a video on intersecting secant and tangent.